Beyond my reach, a grieving sponsor wonders what he could have done differently. I love working with young people, even though I didn't get sober until I was in my 40s. I deal with my regret over being drunk for so many years by helping others get and stay sober before they drink away a large chunk of their lives. It makes sense to me. God keeps putting young people in my path. They keep asking me to sponsor them, and I keep saying yes. It seems to work most of the time. However, I cannot help but wonder about many whom I have not heard from again yet. One man had asked me to be his sponsor when he was 19. He showed great promise and was progressing well. Things looked very bright indeed, until the day he told me he had decided he didn't have a drinking problem and he was leaving the program. My heart sank, for I had heard his story. He might not have known, but I did. The big book says we do not like to pronounce any individual an alcoholic. It doesn't say I can't or don't know how, and in his case, I didn't. I didn't tell him that he was an alcoholic. I did the only thing I could think to do. I told him to call me, drunk or sober, to keep me posted on how he was doing, that I would always care about him and be there for him, but he wanted to get back off the elevator to hell. I told him to remember I wanted to help if he wanted help. 6 months later, I went to his funeral. He was killed in a drunk driving accident. His family was devastated. I was crushed. The question spun in my head like a tornado. Had I done all I could do? Should I have called him instead of waiting for him to call me? Should I have contacted his family? Why would God take a 20-year-old when he let me drink for 25 years? Then I remembered something my first sponsor told me. You don't get them sober, he said. God does that. It is only your job to be ready for God to use you as an extension. That helped, but it wasn't enough. This one had hit too close to home. I took his obituary and had it laminated. I keep it in a prominent place so that I don't forget how easy it is to get back on the elevator. How easy it can be to believe I will be able to ride it down just a few more floors. I want to remember that some elevators are faulty. Their cable can snap and the brakes can fail. They might not provide me with a way to get back off. I may just end up speeding to my death without a single step in sight. I want to remember this for me, especially when someone I know decides to go back out. I want him to know I will be here, but he might not get the chance to make another comeback. The first drink might just be his last. I want to love him enough to chew his ear enough to, hopefully, put something in there that might help him change his mind. I want to show him the love I have been shown, because it is through the love that we begin to heal. When it seems like love just isn't enough, I remind myself that it is all I have to give beyond my experience, strength, and hope. For some people, love may not be enough. I hope the story about Jimmy might be. I hope my sponsee didn't die in vain. Mark E., Lansing, Michigan.